Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Then we'll finish.
Hare Krishna. Happy Ekadashi. So all of you take Ekadashi fasting. Very special to take Ekadashi. And next Ekadashi will be the Ekadashi in Kartik month. So it's very important. If you have not taken any Ekadashis, at least take the next 2 Ekadashis coming for the Kartik month. Because Kartik month Ekadashis are very special. Okay, so today we will see the sloka, 3rd canto, 23rd chapter, sloka number 13. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Please repeat after me. Sarva Kama Dukam Divyam.
Sarva Kama Dukam Divyam.
Sarva Ratna Samanvita.
Sarva Ratna Samanvitam.
Sarvarti Upachayo Darkam.
Sarvarti Upachayo Darkam.
Mani Stambhair Upaskritam.
Mani Stambhair Upaskritam.
Sarva Kama Dukam Divyam.
Sarva Kama Dukam Divyam.
Sarva Ratna Samanvitam.
Sarva Ratna Samanvitam.
Sarvarti Upachayo Darkam.
Sarvarti Upachayo Darkam.
Mani Stambhair Upaskritam.
Mani Stambhair Upaskritam.
Sarva Kama Dukam Divyam.
Sarva Kama Dukam Divyam.
Sarva Ratna Samanvitam.
Sarva Ratna Samanvitam.
Sarvarti Upachayo Darkam.
Sarvarti Upachayo Darkam.
Mani Stambhair Upaskritam.
Mani Stambhair Upaskritam.
Anybody likes to chant?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sarva Kama Dugam Divyam. Sarva Ratna Samanvitam. Sarvarti Upachayo Darkam. Mani Stambhair Upashkritam. Hare Krishna Mataji. Happy Ekadashi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sarva Kama Dugam Divyam. Sarva Ratna Samanvitam. Sarvaridhi Upachayo Darkam. Mani Stambhe Upaskritam. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sarva Kama Dugham Divyam. Sarva Ratna Samanvitam. Sarvartya Upachayo Darkam. Mani Stambhai Upaskritam.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sarva Kama Dugham Divyam. Sarva Ratna Samanvitam. Sarvadhi Upachayo Darkam. Mani Stambir Upaskritam.
Done. Hare Krishna, thank you. Let's see the word to word meaning. Yeah, Hare Krishna, Neeraja Mataji. Are you there?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Let's see the synonyms. Sarva, all.
Sarva, all.
Kama, desires.
Kama, desires.
Dugham, yielding.
Dugham, yielding.
Divyam, wonderful.
Divyam, wonderful.
Sarvaratna, all sorts of jewels.
Sarvaratna, all sorts of jewels.
Samanvitam, bedecked with.
Samanvitam, bedecked with.
Sarva, all.
Sarva, all.
Riddhi, of wealth.
Riddhi, of wealth.
Upachaya, increase.
Upachaya, increase.
Udarkam, gradual.
Udarkam, gradual.
Money, of precious stones.
Money, of precious stones.
Stambhaihi, with pillars.
Stambhaihi, with pillars.
Upaskritam, adorned.
Upaskritam, adorned.
Translation: it was wonderful structure bedecked with all sorts of jewels, adorned with pillars of precious stones, and capable of yielding whatever one desired. It was equipped with every form of furniture and wealth, which tended to increase in course of time. It was a wonderful structure
It was a wonderful structure,
bedecked with all sorts of jewels,
bedecked with all sorts of jewels,
adorned with pillars of precious stones, and capable of yielding whatever one desired. It was equipped with every form of furniture and wealth which tended to increase in the course of time. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Supriya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Purport by His Divine Grace, K.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. The castle created in the sky by Kardama Muni may be called a castle in the air, but by his mystic power of yoga, Kardama Muni actually constructed a huge castle in the air. To our feeble imagination, a castle in the sky is an impossibility. But if we scrutinizingly consider the matter, we can understand that it is not impossible at all. If the Supreme Personality of Godhead can create so many planets carrying millions of castles in the air, a perfect yogi like Kardama Muni can easily construct one castle in the air. The castle is described as Sarva Kama Dugham, yielding whatever one desired. It was full of jewels. Even the pillars were made of pearls and valuable stones. These valuable jewels and stones were not subject to deterioration, but were everlastingly and increasingly opulent. We sometimes hear of castles thus bedecked on the surface of this earth also. The castles constructed by Lord Krishna for his 16,108 wives were so bedecked with jewels that there was no need of lamplight during the night. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, thank you. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudire nashtaprayesha patreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavate uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki mokam karoti vachalam pangum langete kirim yat kripatamaham vande shri guru dinatarinam paramananda matavam shri chaitanya ishwaram namo vishnu padaya krishna krishnaya bhutale srimade bhaktivedanta swaminidhi namine namaste saraswati deve gauravani pracha निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाशातीते शतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण. सर्वकामादुकं दिव्यं सर्वरत्न समन्वितं सर्वादि उपचयोदर्कं मणिस्तंभे उपास्कृतम्. Translation: it was wonderful structure bedecked with all sorts of jewels, adorned with pillars of precious stones, and capable of yielding whatever one desired. It was equipped with every form of furniture and wealth, which tended to increase in course of time. Hare Krishna. Hope I'm clear. My voice is clear.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
Thank you. So here we'll see from today's slokas till some 10, 20, 15 slokas describing about the airplane which Kardamuni made. So we saw in the previous slokas that Kardamuni had this Ashtasiddhis, the Siddhis, that he's a pure devotee, but he also had has Siddhi because he was a yogi, and he requested by Devahuti, his wife, that he requested a very nice palace that's like an airplane which can fly over. And it said here in the next slokas, you can see how these airplanes have been created or manufactured. And here it is said it's been adorned with pillars of jewels and precious stones and everything like that. This is how it looks when we go to Vaikuntha. So in Vaikuntha, this is what happens, right? It is said, Chintamani pragara salmadu kalpa vriksha lakshavadesha surabir apipalayandam lakshmi sahasra sadasamra basevyamanam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So Brahma Samhita says, Chintamani pragara salmadu kalpa vriksha. Chintamani stones are touchstones. Touchstones means touchstones is like if you touch into that, it can become a diamond or a jewel or something like that. Very shining touchstones. All these pearls and rubies and emeralds, all these are called touchstones. So everything in Vaikuntha it's made up of touchstones. And here you can see Prabhupada mentions here that castles which Krishna creates for his 16,108 wives has been bedecked with jewels. Now you got from where these rounds are coming. 16 rounds, we chant 108 times of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So that's the magic here. So here, yeah, the castles are constructed by Lord Krishna. So if Lord can create, I mean, if a devotee like Kardamuni can create a small palace, why can't Lord create 16,108 palaces bedecked with jewels? I mean, when people questions Krishna's ability, we compare Krishna's power to our power. Like Krishna lifted Govardhan hill at the age of 7. Impossible. I mean, because we are comparing Krishna's energy with our energy. In the material world, a 7-year-old boy can't even lift 5 kg rice packet. He fall down. And so lifting the 25 kilometers long Govardhan by a 7-year-old boy. So we comparing Krishna's potency with our potency, or we are dragging Krishna to our level. No, we should understand the Lord is above our thinking capacity. That's why he's achintya, or inconceivable. His potencies are inconceivable. So he had created 16,108 castles. So somebody asked Prabhupada, and here Prabhupada mentions here that if the Supreme Personality Godhead can create a lot of planets carrying millions of castles in the air, a perfect yogi like Kardamuni can create one castle. So the Lord can create how is the planets floating in this supreme world. Everything is because of Krishna's energy, right? Krishna's energy has been Maya Dikshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharachara. He says all his Maya Dikshena Prakriti, the whole energy is being, the material world and spiritual world have been manifested and is created by his energy. Right? It's Krishna's energy which is manifesting, and people doubt Krishna's energy. How can this happen? No, this is all, they speak a lot of science and scientific things. I know when, is it because the apple fell on Newton's head that he discovered the gravitational theory or force? No, it was there before that, right? The gravitational force is there before that. So somebody asked Prabhupada, you're telling about, no. So somebody asked Prabhupada about the coconut trees waters. So you can see there are waters in the coconut shells, right, in the coconut. So who is actually pulling water into that? I mean, putting water into that? I mean, how is that happening? And if you say about the theory behind it, so there was a person who said that, yeah, so if you need a well and water to be pumped into your tank on top of your house, even if it's a some 10-20 story flat, still the tank is on the top, and how is the water coming from the well to the tank? By the motor, or there is a force, right, acting, electricity acting, and then they pump the water there. Now, who is putting water into the coconut trees there? Who is doing it? So they didn't have any answer. But one intelligent scientist said that is osmosis. Osmosis, there is the water from outside, just osmotic pressure, it goes inside. And Prabhupada's like, okay, if that is osmosis, what is happening, then what about the well water? I mean, the water in the clouds. If that is osmosis, then what about the water in the clouds? No, there's a lot of water in the clouds, and who is, okay, the evaporation is happening, then who is doing it? How is it? Doesn't get automatically happen. So we can't question Krishna's energy or potency. Anything wonderful in the nature is being created by the Lord. So if the Supreme Lord can create so many planets, and especially the Garbhodarsha Vishnu, he is lying in the Garbhodarsha ocean. No, so Prabhupada says, so they were questioning, how can that big ocean come from the Lord? So it came from the pores of the Lord, it is said. Now Prabhupada's like, if your sweat pore can create so much of sweat, especially you go to Vrindavan in the hot summer, you will be sweating. And sometimes you go to some other place, it's very hot, it is really sweating, and the whole dress will be like full of sweat. So if you're a mortal soul, a conditioned soul like you, from your sweat pore, you can create so much water. Why can't the Supreme Lord create an ocean from his body? So everything. And sometimes, they say, how can a lotus stem come from the navel of the Lord? And from inside that lotus, Brahma was born. And how is all this happening? So many things. If you don't have faith in Krishna and the Shastras, you can doubt Shastras, and you keep on doubting till the end of your life. But then that faith should be there, that these are not stories, but this is what actually is. So Brahma Samhita says that Chintamani Pragarasal Madhukalpa Vriksha, there are desire trees. So here it is said that whatever they desired, they could do it, right? Sarva karma dukham means yielding whatever one desired. So in the Ashta Siddhis, yesterday I was talking about Anima, Legima, Mahima, all these Siddhis becoming smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest, lighter than the lightest. Similarly, there's something called Prapti Siddhi, which means you can get whatever you desire. So here Kardamuni's desire is not material. Even though he wanted an airplane, that was for what? To have a Krishna conscious child. Not Krishna conscious, he's a Swayam Bhagavan coming as Kapila Dev. But then, so his intentions are not material, right? So this Sarvakama Dukha means yielding whatever one desired. So now Devahuti wanted a son, and then she was getting prepared for that. And here it is said that these jewels, when the pillars are made up of, they the jewels need no need of lamplight during the night. Why? Because it said in Bhagavad Gita 15.6, na tat bhashayate suryo na shishango na pavakah yat katva na nivartante tadhamam paramam mama. Na tat bhashayate suryo na shishango na pavaka. There is no need of sun or moon or electricity in the spiritual world. Why? Because Krishna is self-illuminating, or so the light that's coming from Krishna's body, that's called Brahma Jyoti. That's what these Mayavadis say, that's Lord, or the light that's coming, the effulgence, that's Lord. So Krishna is Nirakar and Nirguna, and he doesn't have a form, it doesn't have a quality, and all this. But that is wrong. Right? Because they're just seeing the Brahman aspect of it. They're not going beyond it. They didn't see the Paramatma, they didn't see the Swayam Bhagavan. So the light that is coming, the effulgence is coming from the Lord's body. And you saw when the Vishwarup was shown to Arjuna, Arjuna explains, like thousands of sun have risen. That is the illumination. And he could not even see. Even though he had divine eyes, he's like, he could not take it, because just imagine thousands of sun rising. I mean, one sun only we can't sometimes bear. We can't even directly look at the sun for a long time, right? So just imagine thousands of sun rising. So the effulgence is coming from the body of the Lord. Okay, what's the proof? I think I've shared this. And Krishna is famous as Butter Thief in Vrindavan, right? Braja prasidam navanita choram gopangananam chadukula choram anika janmarchita papa choram choragraganyam purusham namami. So Chaurashtaka says that Krishna is Choragraganya. Agraganya means the best among thieves. But what is he stealing? Okay, Braja Prasidam Navanita Chora. I mean, Braja, he is famous as Navanita Chora, but a thief, right? And what else he'll steal? He'll steal our hearts, that's for sure. Whoever is in this class, definitely Krishna has stolen your heart, because the heart is compared to a butter. Butter melt and it is very soft. Similarly, the heart of a devotee starts melting when you start hearing Harinam and Harikatha. Initially it was like a stone heart we all had, but then as you chant, you feel that with the compassion and the mercy will develop in you, that the heart becomes so soft and pure, and Krishna steals it. What else Krishna steal? Aneka janmarchita papa choram. Aneka janmarchita pabam. So whatever sin we have done in aneka janmas, so many janmas, 84 lakh species of life, whatever sin we have done, Krishna will steal that. So that's a nice quality. When we take initiation, the Guru actually nullifies your karma, takes away the sin. Who is actually taking it? Krishna is taking it. It's not, Guru is an instrument there. Guru is a representative of Krishna, definitely. And who gives that power for the Guru to do that? It's Krishna, definitely. So once you surrender to Krishna, aham tvam sarva papebhyo, Krishna says, right? He'll take off all your sinful activities. So he's like that. So he steals butter in Vrindavan, and that is actually the desire of the gopis, that Krishna comes in our house and takes the butter and go. So when they went, every day it will be like so much of light in the house, and they goes and complain to Yashoda Maya. So one day they offed all the lights, and still when Krishna and the friends came, they could see the butter pots hanging, and they thought it might be from the jewels which Krishna is wearing. And they told Yashodamai to remove the jewels. Still, when Krishna went, the whole room was effulgent and it was shining, and Krishna could steal the butter. How was the effulgence coming? From Krishna's body, right? The effulgence is coming from Krishna's body. So there's no need of sun or moon or all these in the spiritual world. But still, then someone asked me, so if there is no sun and moon, so there is no night in Goloka, there is no night. And no, see, when the Krishna wanted, Krishna can make it happen, make anything happen. So how will the night pastimes of Krishna happens otherwise? So definitely that is there. The 24 hours, the clock is not there. One of the devotee who started the 24 hours kirtan in Vrindavan, Aindradas Prabhu, he have a clock at home in his room in Vrindavan, but that clock doesn't have these seconds and hours a needle. There's no needle for the clock, just a clock. So someone asked Prabhu, why don't you have a needle in your clock? And he's like, this is Vraja, this is Vrindavan, there's no time. Time cannot bind the Vrindavan. So Vrindavan is about transcendental, right? Krishna says Kalosmi, he's Kala, but then Krishna himself is in Vrindavan. So definitely there's no time for, and 24 hours this devotees should serve. So that is also thing, not that this from this time to this time I serve. No. So that is what it's said here. And we should know that Krishna's potency is so high that we can't even imagine or pull him towards our consciousness. Okay, and it is here, whatever one desired, it happens, right? Similarly, for pure devotees has that power from Krishna that whatever they desired can happen. Like Srila Prabhupada desired to have temples around the world. That was his desire. Initially, his desire was to go to the West and preach Krishna consciousness. That happened. Second desire was to print books. It happened. Then third desire was build temple. Prabhupada's like, money started coming. Krishna started sending people and money, manpower and money. So why should you waste? And why Prabhupada started temple? Just so that people can come there, and a world where the home where the whole world can live. People can come and hear Harikatha. Unless there is a place, they won't come regularly. And unless you regularly associate with devotees, you can't advance in Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada's like, let there be a temple, and the temple happens. And Prabhupada once wanted a mansion, a big castle. Still, Prabhupada is like, they didn't have money. Still, he's like, empty all the money in the BBT. And he took that money to get a temple. So somehow Krishna sent people, and there were devotees who were working so hard for Prabhupada. And so Prabhupada's desire was selfless. The desire was to serve Krishna, to serve the devotees, to serve the acharyas, the Guru Parampara, his guru. So definitely whatever he desired, it happened. So yesterday I got a lot of requests from Damodar Leela. So that's why I thought just taking one sloka, just 5 minutes, I'll just wrap it up with Damodar Leela. So there's some aspect of Damodar Leela which we don't know, the hidden aspect. That's the commentaries from the Acharyas and from senior Vaishnavas. So we'll see. One Mataji also asked here, but yesterday I got a lot of requests. So we are preparing ourselves for the Kartik month. So October 10th, Kartik month starts. For 1 month, your consciousness should be so clear. However your chanting was in your previous months, forget it. But in Kartik, definitely, it's so glorious to get up early morning in Brahma Muhurta, take a bath, and then sit for chanting. In Kartik month, it's very special to do that. In Kartik Ekadashis, 2 Ekadashis are very special. Please do observe it and increase your rounds. Whatever you're chanting 4 rounds, make it 6, make it 8. Those who are doing more than 10, do it 16. 16 is easy to get once you're reaching more than 10. So plan your day, or you can, if you can't do 2 hours chanting 16 rounds at a stretch, break it. 4, 4, 4, 4, or 8 plus 8, however you like, 10 plus 6, you break it and do. But you should do 16 rounds in Kartik, especially in Kartik. I know many of my friends who took a vow, who took a determination that yes, from Kartik, I will start 16 rounds, and they never stopped. So that's a time when you can definitely increase your rounds and come to 16 rounds of chanting. Okay, and take a lot of determinations and start taking Krishna Prasad and slowly try to improve your life. And start reading Shastras. Okay, in Kartik month, I'm going to read the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita every day. Just 20 slokas. Just read every day. If you're not good at Sanskrit, read the translation. If you have time, read the purports. So, or 15th chapter, Purushottam Yoga, you can read, and do Damodar Arati. So when you do Damodar Arati, the Damodar photo should be there. That is, you can take a printout if you don't have, then just take a ghee lamp and do Arati of the Lord. So when you do Arati, you should have, your bhav should be on tying Krishna in your heart with the rope of love. So Damodar, we can't tie Krishna. He's unlimited. And this is from the 9th chapter of Krishna book. If you don't have this book, I request all of you to get this book. very lovely book. I mean, those who have started, yesterday I was speaking to a devotee. He started reading the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam because he came to know if he wants to take initiation, he should complete the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. And that was the reason which provoked him to read. But at least good, no? Somehow, mana Krishna somehow you get attached to Krishna. Because he wanted to take initiation, he started reading the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. I'm like, just go on. Very good. So that's a good thing. But you started first canto. When will you reach 10th canto? And you can't jump. You can't jump like that. Go systematically. To finish the first 9 cantos is a tough job. You need to take at least so many months to struggle to do that. I told no, if you read 41 pages of Bhagavatam daily, in 1 year you can finish the 12 cantos, 18 volumes. So start reading. And those are serious about initiation, those are taking shelter, start reading the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. You should finish the first canto when you take initiation. So you can't jump to the 10th canto. So I was thinking what to do. I was in first or second canto at that time. And then seniors told me, get Krishna book, because Krishna book is a synopsis of 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So you're not jumping, you're not doing aparad, you are just reading the pastimes. And Prabhupada wanted Krishna book to come first than the Bhagavatam sets, because this explains, there are 90 chapters here explaining different pastimes of Krishna. Very nice book. Even for kids, there is a special edition for Krishna book. So in this book, there's a 9th chapter called Yashoda, Mother Yashoda binds Krishna. And the next 10th chapter is deliverance of Manikuvera and Nalagriva and Manikuvera, Manigriva and Nalakuvera. So that's different chapter, but it's a continuation of the story. So we'll just see Damodar Leela in a Acharya's aspect. So what happened one day, Krishna always steal butter in Vrindavan, and the gopis keeps complaining to Yashodamaya, and Yashodamaya is tired. Every day she hears about the complaints, and Yashodamaya is like, what could be wrong in the butter which is made in my house? I mean, Nanda Baba have 9 lakh cows and there are a lot of butter in my house. But then Yashodamaya thought, it's not the quantity of the butter, it's the quality. Okay, so it's the quality. Anuradha Mataji, can I take the question at the end of the class?
Mataji.
Yeah, just wait. I'll lose the flow. So it's not the quantity of the butter, it's the quality of the butter, because butter was made by the maid servants, the servants at in the palace. So might be the quality is not good. So she herself thought of making churning the this thing curd to make the butter. So she started doing it. Okay, and Krishna was sleeping on the bed. He was so small and he was sleeping. So what does the devotees do when they do some service? Kaam karte raho, naam japte raho. You do some service and your tongue is free, you keep chanting. You're cooking, you're cleaning your house, keep chanting. That's what devotees do. So Yashodamaya is a pure devotee, and she was thinking about how Krishna killed Putana and all that, and she was thinking about Krishna's beautiful form, and she was chanting his name and singing about Krishna and churning the butter. So here what happened, so this is glorifying Yashodamaya. Acharya says, why is Yashodamaya taking so much struggle to churn the butter? She got Krishna. Why are we chanting? Why are we doing Ekadashi and all that? To get Krishna, to get love of God. But Yashodamaya got Krishna. Just imagine, Krishna is your son at home and Krishna is in your home, lying in the bed there and doing pastimes. And still she's serving. That's a pure devotee. Even if they reach the prema stage of bhakti, still they serve. Someone asked Prabhupada, why are we chanting? We are chanting so that we chant more. We chant more, and after liberation. So that's why I have some. Hare Krishna, can you hear me, Anuradha Mataji? Is my voice okay? Hare Krishna, everyone.
Yes, Mataji. We can hear you.
Some problem with my headphones. Okay, so then what happened? If I'm not audible, then you can raise your digital hand. So then what happened here? Yes, so Yashodamaya started serving. Okay, so Yashodamaya is serving Krishna, trying to take that butter. Now, hearing that, Krishna woke up. And Krishna was coming. So when Krishna was coming, it is said there that Yashodamaya was sweating, and because she's doing a lot of service and her thought is only to serve Krishna, please Krishna. And the jasmine flowers on her hair started falling on her legs. Started falling on the ground. Why? because the jasmine flask thinking, in this is spiritual world, okay, don't know questions here in the story. So the story, the pastime of the Lord, the jasmine flask, anything material, I mean anything non-living also in the spiritual world is living. The trees, the cows, the jasmine flask can speak to Krishna. In spiritual world, it's different. So there, the jasmine flask started falling. Why? Because they thought, we don't deserve to be on the head of Yashoda Maya. We deserve to be on the feet of Yashoda Maya, because she is a pure devotee. She got Krishna. Still, she is trying hard to serve Krishna. Okay. And then what happened? Krishna came and he was so hungry, and he held that rod which Yashoda Maya was doing. He's like, don't serve the curd, serve me directly. So sometimes when we do some other services, our personal service to Krishna, our chanting, everything will be on side. But we should see that the service also is done, and our personal sadhana also has to be done somehow. When someone asks Prabhupada, I can't chant my rounds, I have a lot of service. Prabhupada's like, cut down your sleeping time and then chant more. I mean, you should keep chanting. So that happened. And then Yashoda Maya was like, okay, she stopped what she was doing and started feeding Krishna. So Krishna was so happy, and she was in his lap, her lap. Then suddenly she could hear that burnt smell from the kitchen, that the milk she had kept for boiling, it was cow's milk, it was overflowing. And there was, when the milk boils, it just overflows and falls on the fire, and there's this burning smell. Why does the milk do that? The Acharyas comments that the milk was committing suicide. Why? Because when Yashoda Maya is drinking, when Krishna was drinking Yashoda Maya's milk, definitely he won't drink the other milk. I mean, he's happy and satisfied with mother's milk, and he might reject the cow's milk. So the milk was thinking, we want to serve Krishna, and we are not able to serve Krishna. So thinking that, they are suiciding. So Acharyas comment, why the milk is falling into the fire? Because they are suiciding. Okay. And then immediately, because milk also wanted to serve Krishna, so milk is also a devotee of the Lord. So Yashoda Maya, instead of serving Krishna, she kept Krishna there and went to save the milk. So that means service of the devotees is more when compared to Krishna's service. A Madhyama Adhikari, when he's doing Aarti in the temple, and Aarti at home, and if some Vaishnavas come into the house, he'll stop the Aarti and then go pay obeisances to the Vaishnavas. So that's said by Prabhupada says that how a Madhyama Adhikari starts seeing devotees and Lord. Okay, more than serving Lord, they might serve the devotees, because that's what Krishna likes. So Yashoda Maya went to save the devotee of Lord. And the milk is also used for Krishna's service. And then Krishna was so angry, he started biting his lips with his teeth. And that is described. The lips are like the red anger which we have, and the white teeth is like a peace formula. So which we know that Bhoktaram Yatnatabasam Sarvaloka Maheswaram, Krishna is a supreme controller. So Krishna became angry, transcendental angry, called Man. Okay, that's a transcendental anger. And then what happened? Krishna, then what happened? Krishna was so angry, he took, it is said that either he took his flute or a stone and then broke the butter pot, because he was so angry. And he broke it and started eating all the butter, and he ran from there, because he didn't want Yashoda Maya to see all this. So he ran from there. And then what did he do? Went to the next room where the butters were hanging on the roof, and there was a grinding motor. Those days there's no grinder and mixie, so they use this grinding motor, big motor. So Krishna climbed on the top of that and started taking butter. So Acharya's comments later on, why did Yashoda Maya tie Krishna to the motor? Because motor helped Krishna. Motor was also there in the theft. So, he also got punished. So he started chasing Krishna, and Krishna was feeding the monkeys also, who came in Treta Yuga with Lord Ram to build the Sedu Bandhan. So Krishna was repaying them. So the monkeys in Vrindavan is also glorious. They are all Vaishnavas. So Krishna started feeding them, and saw Yashoda Maya coming with a stick. So Yashoda Maya started coming with a stick to chase Krishna. And then what happened? She started running and running. He started running. She also started running. Yashoda Maya had Krishna in a later age. She was a little old at that time. She could not chase Krishna. Nobody can chase Krishna. Yogis are after Krishna. But then for a devotee, Krishna surrenders. So Krishna turned back and saw Mata Yashoda was sweating and perspiring, and she was breathing heavily. And seeing that effort by Mata Yashoda, Krishna's heart melted. and Krishna stopped there, and Krishna could be captured. So it said, Acharya says that Krishna sees your endeavor. You're struggling so much to get Krishna. Show Krishna how serious you are, then Krishna will get captured by you. Otherwise, if we make a show that we are great devotees, then Krishna won't get captured. So Yashodamaya is sincerely trying to catch Krishna, bind him with the rope of love in her heart. So Krishna's mercy was there. Krishna became merciful there. And then it is said that fear personified, even the Yamaraj get scared of Krishna, and Krishna is getting scared of the stick by Yashodamaya. So it is really described in the Damodara Ashtaka, no? What is that? Rudandam muhurnetra yukmamre chandam karamboja yukmena satanga netram muhu shvasakam batrika kakanda stita kraiva damodaram bhaktibaddham. So what was Krishna doing? He's rubbing his eyes and all. Kajal is full of over his face, and he was taking a lot of heavy breathing. Who was crying seeing the stick in Yashodamaya's hand? The Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just imagine Krishna, who showed the universal form, who could kill so many demons, and he's just being a baby in that is Shuddha Valsalya has been reciprocated by Krishna. So here she started tying Krishna because he is becoming so naughty. She started tying Krishna to the motor, and a lot of ropes she got. Krishna is so small, but in that sense, but then he is inconceivable. He's so long that, I mean, so wide, and you can't measure Krishna, right? She was not able to tie him. She tried, she couldn't. All the ropes she used, she couldn't tie, and she was worried. What is happening? It was 2-inch short. What are the two things? One is our parishrama, our endeavor. The second is Krishna's mercy. Unless you keep on endeavoring, but there is no mercy coming from Krishna or the acharyas or guru, then you won't get Krishna. You get only the mercy, but if you don't do your endeavor, your part of sadhana, then still you may not get Krishna. You will get Krishna, that's Kripa Siddha is there. By the mercy you will get, but you should do your endeavor also. The 2 fingers short. And finally it is said that Krishna agreed to be bound, because Krishna has to agree. It's not we who bind Krishna out of rope of love. And finally it is said that the rope came from Varsana, from Radharani's palace. And then with that rope, Krishna could be tied. So that rope is actually out of love. Okay, it's not a normal rope which you can tie Krishna, and tied with the motor, and it's a rope of love that got tied. And that's the beautiful form of Damodar. Dama means rope, Udara means abdomen, where Krishna has been tied by Yashodamaya on the motor. So that's the beautiful pastime of Damodar Leela. And later on, you have next part where Krishna drags this motor and goes between the Arjuna trees in his courtyard, that is the Nalakuvera and Manigriva. They have a previous history, how they got cursed by Narad Muni, became trees, and then they get delivered. There is a second part, but this part is the cute form of Damodar. So when you do Arti in Kartik, you should always meditate on this pastime of the Lord, and then you'll get a lot of mercy. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I request all of you to learn Damodar Ashtaka. If you don't know, write it somewhere, or you have the bhajan book, Vaishnava song book. It's available in our temple. So start singing Damodar Ashtaka and then do Damodar Arati every day in Kartik from October 10th. Please do it in the evening. Okay. Anuradha Mataji, what was your question?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Last 2 years I've done the Damodar Arati without the picture.
Oh.
That's we have this crawling Krishna idol in the puja room. That
Okay.
is also Damodara.
Krishna in any form is Damodara. Krishna have so many names. Namana Makari Bahuta Nija Sarva Shakti. He is a Damodara. He is a Gopala, Govinda. With Radha Krishna, he is there. With cow, he is there. So any form, Laddu Gopal or Bal Gopal, any form is Damodara Krishna. But this particular pastime happened in the Kartik month, in Deepavali day. So we meditate on that form. So if you don't have a picture, that's okay. You can do any
what
form.
after you said word by Google, it comes with Yashoda and that mortar and Krishna tied. That
Yes,
same picture we should have.
That's the picture. Yeah, that's the picture.
Okay.
Yeah. So you take a printout or something, Mataji, and
yes, Mataji,
if you can do it. Okay. Okay. Any other questions? Hare Krishna. I said this. I'll unmute everyone. Okay.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, what is the significance of like during Damodar Aarti, we do it 2 times for the face and for the chest. I forgot actually number
3.
of times, 3 times. Yeah. And for
4,
Udara, 7, totally 7.
Total 7.
Yeah. And Yashoda Maya also 7. What is the reason for that?
And that is the way of doing the Aarti, Pancharantri Vidhi, and there's a Vidhi of doing it. So in deity worship, they are taught, normally also we do the same way. It's not only on the Kartik month. It is supposed to be like that, but not everyone knows it. So you do 4, 4, 3, 2, 7. So that's the form which we are taught in deity worship itself. We do like that, Mataji.
Okay.
I don't know the significance of the number, but if anybody knows, you can comment on it. But this is how we are taught normally also, not only in Kartik month. Normally also, devotees, they have the diya that is made up of ghee. And on the deities of the Lord, we do the same way, normally.
Okay. Only in the evening it's enough, Mataji, not necessary in the morning.
You can do in the morning, and it's not like one diya. How much of a diya you like, you can keep. There are people who keep 32 diyas and 8 diyas, 10 diyas, and based on different people in the house can also do. So if you have only one diya, then you have to change the wick has to be changed. More glorious is if you have a dry tulsi at home, you can take that stick and wrap some cotton on it with the ghee, and then with the ghee. Yeah, tulsi, if you do, that's most glorious. Any morning also you can do, evening also you can do.
Thank you,
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes,
Hare
Sudeka
Krishna
Mataji.
Mataji, can you please repeat how many times that Aarti is to be done? I couldn't get it.
Yeah, 4 on the feet, 3 on the abdomen region, 2 on the face, 4, 3, 2, and 7 total.
7 total again. Okay, 4, 3, 7, 7 to 9 and plus 7. Okay, these many times we have to do. Okay. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you.
Yeah, Mataji, 4 at the feet, 2 in the abdomen, and 3 on the face.
Okay.
Okay. 4, 2, 3.
4,
7.
2, 3. Okay.
7.
4, 2, 3 and 7. Okay.
Suma Mataji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Mataji, will it not be an offense if we use that tulsi stick and
dried one? Dried ones.
Dried.
Dried ones means the tulsi which cannot survive. Sometimes in summer and all, in so much winter and all, tulsi after it grows for some time, then it will dry on its own. No, you're not drying it, but it's some tulsis get dried on its own. Then it won't grow anymore. No more green leaves. It's fully brown color. Once it's fully brown, it's no more growing. Then you uproot the tulsi and keep it aside. Instead of throwing it, you can use that stick. The dried ones, which is completely dead, that only we can use. Not the green ones. Not the.
Sure, Mataji. Thanks.
And after showing the Kartik Deepa to the Lord, then you can keep it outside. It is said you can also show it the Akash sky. I mean Deepa, like something they keep it outside the house. Okay, so get prepared for Kartik month. All of you keep chanting, increase your rounds, do a lot of intense tapasya in the Kartik month. We'll get a lot of glories. Hare Krishna, everyone. I think we can end here.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Anantkodi Vaishnava